Have you ever felt like life is just one storm after another? Perhaps the bills are piling up. Maybe your relationships are strained on some level. Every time you watch the news, do you feel overwhelmed with wars and economic insecurities and perhaps bad people doing bad things? I know I do. Sometimes you might sit there wondering, am I doing something wrong? Or is life just this complicated and difficult? If that sounds familiar, there's a story in the Bible that speaks directly to that feeling. One of the greatest prophets in the Bible, Elijah, felt exactly the same way. In 1 Kings chapter 19, Elijah had just experienced an incredible miracle. He had stood boldly for God, defeated the prophets of Baal, and witnessed divine power in a dramatic way. But shortly afterward, his enemies threatened his life. Suddenly the fearless prophet ran into the wilderness, collapsed under a tree, and prayed something heartbreaking. He said, "Lord, I've had enough." Elijah wasn't angry. He wasn't being rebellious. He was simply exhausted from the difficulties going on around him. And here's the beautiful part of the story. God didn't lecture him. What God did was send an angel who simply told Elijah, "Get up and eat." The angel brought him food and water and let him rest. Sometimes when we're struggling, we expect God to demand more strength from us, or more faith, or perhaps more endurance, to just keep pushing along instead of taking a break. But in Elijah's story, we see something different. God understood that his servant was tired. So before giving Elijah new direction, he first gave him rest and some nourishment and reassurance. If you're feeling worn down today, emotionally, spiritually, or perhaps mentally, remember this. Even great servants like Elijah reached moments where they feel like they had had enough. If you find yourself in times such as this, it doesn't mean you failed, because the same God who met Elijah in the wilderness still meets tired people today with quiet strength and a gentle reminder, you're not finished yet. Remember, God is with us and will sustain us in our efforts.